What's up everyone, Super Tom here, and in today's hot news we are going to be looking at number 1, new Inazuma weapons prototype, and I have to say some of it are really good. And then number 2, we'll be also taking a look into the new 5-star weapons of Inazuma as well, and I also have to say that this might turn out to be some of the most OP 5-stars weapons as of date. And so before we jump in, I would just like to say that our 10 Battle Pass giveaways is still on until June 28th, and all you've got to do is be subscribed to this channel and join our Discord where we will be holding the giveaway. There's not a lot of participants yet, so your chance of winning are still pretty high. Be sure to join if you're interested. Without out of the way, let's jump into the video. Now disclaimers as usual guys, this information are not yet official, so it will be subjected to change by MiHoYo. I will not be able to show you the picture as well because of risk of copyright claim. Now we've got some information on Honey Hunter website regarding the new weapon prototypes, and I will go over each one with you here. First, we have the sword. Its base attack is 41 with attack percentage as secondary stats. At level 90, you're getting 454 base attack with 55.1% attack boost, which is quite low base attack from what I'm seeing, and they're trying to make it up with a higher secondary attack stats. And also its passive skills, which says after casting your E skills, you get 1 succession seed, and what the seed does is after you use an elemental burst, you consume this seed and regenerate 6 energy. Up to 3 seeds can be triggered, so a total of 18 energy can be regen without any refinement. Now if you get this up to R5, you will be getting 12 energy with each seeds, and that's a 36 energy in maximum, which is pretty decent considering the amount of energy it's providing. However, being able to activate all 3 seeds for maximum benefits isn't an easy matter for all characters. Plus with low base attack, this might not be a good weapon for DPS. If you're going to be using this sword, it will most likely be for sub DPS or support that you would want to leave on the field for a bit of time to cast their elemental skills for the seed. I think this may be fitting for Bennett because he can regain a lot of energy after his burst, and he has a really short E skill cooldown, but depending on your playstyle it might not be worth it as this weapon has really low base attack. Maybe same goes for Kazuha as well, as his E skills also has short cooldown of 6 seconds if you're not holding his E, but Kazuha will most likely be building on EM, so there will be a different weapon for him. I think this weapon would be most beneficial for Albedo for a sub DPS role because of its E skill cooldown has only 4 seconds, and this will surely help him spam a lot of his bursts more often. Next, we have an energy recharge claymore with 42 base attack. At level 90, you're getting 510 base attack and 45.9 ER. Decent attack and very high energy recharge rate, pretty good claymore from what I'm seeing. Its passive gives you 6% elemental skill damage boost. You lost 3 ER in the process, however regain 3 energy every 2 seconds within the next 6 seconds. R5 gives you 12% E skills boost and 5 energy and triggers only every 10 seconds, which is an okay passive I guess. 12% E skills boost isn't that great, and you need R5 to get a maximum of 15 energy over time. Not that big of a deal for the passive. Again, for any energy recharge weapon, it will work well with sub DPS or your support. Could be used for Beidou if you don't have any other good weapon for her, or Chongyun as well, maybe for Sayu as well, but I'll have to look further into her substats because I haven't done so yet. The polearm has the same passive but higher base attack of 44 and elemental mastery. At 90 you get 565 attack and 110 EM, which are pretty decent stats in my opinion. Definitely good for character like DPS Xianglings or maybe some other polearm character that are coming to Inazuma. Now we have the bow, which is the best Inazuma prototype weapon in my opinion if there is nothing changes. Base attack of 41 and attack substats. At level 90 you get 454 attack and 55.1% attack boost from the substats, just like the sword prototype. A bit sad that the base attack is quite low, but everything is made up for due to its passive ability. It increases normal attack by 16% and charge attack by 12%. When you get your burst up, this effect is increased by 100%. So without refinement, you're already getting 32% normal attack and 24% charge attack increase once you get your burst up. And there is no saying how long which effect lasts for, which we can assume that you get the stack up for maybe the whole of the match, or when your character is switched out, maybe. Either way, the boost is really good. Looking at R5, you will be getting 64% normal attack and 48% charge attack increase, which is better than most of the 4-star bow except for Rust R5. R5 Rust at level 90 gives you 510 attack with 41.3% attack boost and a whopping 80% normal boost with only 10% charge increase. But still, it depends on which character you use the bow on. Like say if it's Ganyu, then the new Inazuma bow will be very good for her, only falling behind Amu's bow actually. Or this bow can be good with Yoimiya as well, who is going to be using both her normal and charge attack. So I think this is one of the weapons that is really worth saving for. And finally, we have the Catalyst, which is the worst from what I'm seeing. Level 90 gives you 565 attack with 30.6 ER. So decent base stats, but its passive is not that great. So when the character triggers an electro reaction, nearby party members of an elemental type that is involved receive 10% elemental damage bonus for 6 seconds. So if I understand this correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong, it is saying that only nearby party member receive the boost, means the holder themselves won't get any. Now if that's the case, then this will mostly only works for electro catalysts like Lisa, who will be able to activate this the easiest. Many are saying that this will work for Mona Comp too, but it's saying that only nearby party members. So if Mona is holding this catalyst herself, then she won't get the boost, which doesn't add any damage to her burst support. So from what I'm seeing, this weapon is really not worth it unless you're running an electro support catalyst specifically. So that's for the prototype weapon. Now there are two super good 5-star weapons from Inazuma that I want to have a look with you guys here as well. And normally I wouldn't recommend you guys going for 5-star weapons because the rates are pretty bad. Apart from Amu's bow for Ganyu or Staff of Homa on Hu Tao specifically, these weapons are also a few that I would really recommend if you can get your hands on this well. First, we have got the sword. Its base attack is 48 with crit damage, so super nice stats right there. At 90, you're getting a whopping 674 attack with 44.1 crit damage, so almost a level 20 crit damage artifacts. But looking at the passive, first it gives you a 12% elemental damage bonus for any element, and you also receive what's called a Mist Splitter Seal that stacks at 3 levels. Level 1s give you an additional 8%, level 2 and 3 gives you 16 and 28% elemental damage bonus respectively. How you activate this is for every normal attack that deals elemental damage, you gain 1 level for 5 seconds. Casting Burst also gives you 1 level for 10 seconds as well, and all stacks disappear when you hit Burst. So at level 3 stacks, you are getting a total of 40% elemental damage increase, and let's say you're running an Anemo support with very decent set, you will be getting 80% elemental damage bonus in total, and that is going to be insane. And not to mention that stacking up these numbers aren't that hard. This would be most fitting for definitely Kuching and Ayaka, who are the two characters that can easily deal elemental damage. And for the maximum usage, once the stacks disappear when burst hit, it'll be good for you to deal some elemental attack first to gain 2 stacks before using your burst for highest burst damage. So that's for the sword. Now let's look at the next weapon, which is the bow. Its base attack is 46 with crit rate of 14.4. Level 90 gives you 608 attack with 66.2 crit damage, which is amazing. Again, the passive is a bit similar to the sword, but now instead of elemental damage, it gives you no more attack bonus. It increases attack by 20%, and at level 3, stacks give you 40%, which is a total of 60% attack increase. Now how it activates is even easier. Any normal attack gives you 1 stack for 5 seconds, and casting E skills give you 1 stack for 10 seconds, which is so easy that I find it funny why MiHoYo doesn't give us all this buff in the first place. This is hands down going to be the best weapon for Yoimiya, and also if you're running Fischl, it will be good for her too. Well, this bow can actually be good for any bow user in my opinion. So I know that getting your hands on these 2 5-star weapons are going to be quite hard considering many of us are F2P players, but if you can actually get your hands on it, it's going to help you a lot in the long run. Well guys, so what do you guys think about the new weapon that are coming to Inazuma? Just leave a comment down below and we can discuss further there. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel as I post daily content bringing you the latest guides, news and updates on Genshin Impact with some funny moments as a cherry on top. With that, this is Tom wishing everyone a super day.